Hello, everyone. I am Queen Lily, and it is election year. It is 2024 election year. It's happening fast. We are all excited. We have 10 days left, exactly 10 days left before this election. It's happening so fast. I'm excited about it. Hello, Ruben Garcelle Show. How are you today? Thank you for coming to my live. I got a big show for you guys. I went to see VP Kamala Harris yesterday. Barack Obama was there. Spike Lee was there. Samuel Jackson, the actor. Senator Warnock was there. Senator John Ossoff, I think his name, was there. It was so many different people that it was amazing. Hey, Miss Bugs, how you doing? I went to see VP Kamala Harris again yesterday here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to tell y'all all about it, and I'll show y'all some things from it yesterday. But I got a big show for you guys. I am Queen Lily. I thank each and every last one of y'all for coming to my live. I have on my workout gear because I went and worked out earlier, so excuse me for looking a little, a little sweaty and rough, but work with me. Hit that like button, everybody. Everybody hit the like button. We got 10 days left before November 5th to find out who is our new president. Joe Biden will be out the door, and coming in the door, I hope and I pray to Jesus Christ. I hope and I pray for this. Yes, I hope and I pray. When I tell you that rally yesterday here in Atlanta, Georgia, that's the second rally I went to of VP Kamala Harris. When I tell y'all that rally was amazing. Samuel Jackson, Tyler Perry, Obama, oh my God, Bruce Springsteen. It was so many amazing people there. Spike Lee. Oh my God, I can't remember, but she's going to be here Tuesday with Michelle Obama. That's what's going to be nice. Tuesday, Michelle Obama is going to be here, y'all. That is going to be a sight to see, an amazing thing to experience because she's an amazing speaker. Her vocabulary is immaculate. Everything about Michelle Obama is immaculate. I got to give it to her. So she would be here Tuesday with VP Kamala Harris. This is what I was celebrating yesterday. You see this? This is it. That's what's up. Again, everybody get out and vote. Try to vote early to make sure your vote counts because you do not want to wait to the last minute and you go get in that line and you get frustrated November 5th. If you can, vote early. I'm encouraging you to vote early. Why? Because your vote counts. Get out there and make it happen. That's all I can say for y'all. Get out there and make it happen. I'm going to read some of the comments right quick in the chat. Ruben Garcelle Show says Harris 2024, Harris 2028, Harris forever and ever. Get out there and vote. Your vote counts. Come on now, get out there and vote. I'm not getting out there going to these things for no reason. I'm going out there making it happen. I come back and I tell y'all about what's going on. I show you what's going on. It was a beautiful thing yesterday. It was beautiful. Jeffrey Collins says, Trump, that's your candidate. You have every right to celebrate your candidate. Dan says, Trump 2024. Okay, that's your candidate. All right now. I see a bunch of Trump 2024. Put some Kamala Harris and 10 walls up in this chat. Come on now. I can't just be MAGA up in here. Come on now. I see y'all in my chat. Come on now. Celebrate with me, okay? AD said, are you going to be disappointed? Honey, AD, we got it in the bag. Let me tell you something. Don't believe what Trump is telling y'all because VP Kamala Harris, her rallies is everything in life. When I tell you that crowd is big, it was over 20,000 people there yesterday, y'all. If you can go to a Kamala Harris rally, get to Atlanta and come to it because she's going to be back here Tuesday. And Michelle Obama will be speaking. And when she speak, we what? We listen. When we vote, what we do? Come on. Tim Walz and Kamala Harris. When we vote, we win. And y'all all need to feel that way about your candidate, no matter who you voting for. Because when I vote, my vote counts. My vote counts. Let me grab this one right here. Let me show you something. Hold on. One moment. I'm going to grab this one. Freedom, freedom, let me win. This what matters to me. This is my candidate. I don't care who your candidate is, but this is what life is about for me. Because when I vote, it counts. My vote counts. That's why I early voted. Get out there and early vote. It doesn't matter who you're voting for. You better get out there and early vote to make sure your vote counts. Because November the 5th, those lines are going to be so long. I don't want to hear you didn't go out and vote. Do not come up here and tell me you didn't go vote. Because if you do, I'm going to have to give you a spanking with my words. But anyway, y'all, again, get out there and vote. Your vote counts. It doesn't matter who your candidate is. I just want to make sure y'all use your right to vote. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get this party started. Okay? I have a show for you all. Let me see if I can show y'all a little bit about yesterday, how it was at VP Kamala Harris rally. Oh my God. I've never seen anything like it. And I forgot to email myself my videos from yesterday. So I'm going to go on my Instagram. Excuse me, y'all. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. There's no other candidate, even Obama. Now, Obama was great. When he spoke, we listened. But Kamala Harris draws a bigger crowd than any candidate ever. She has raised more money than any candidate ever. And she had the shortest amount of time to get out there and throw that ball in that goal and make a three-pointer. She has not had as much time as Trump. Any candidate that's been out there running for president, they have had more time than VP Kamala Harris. She has had less time, but what she did, she is making it happen. She raised over $1 billion, and nobody else has done that. That's how you know this woman is powerful. Who did Donald Trump raise over $1 billion? No, he has not. Don't even pretend, MAGA, because Donald Trump has not raised over $1 billion. Who raised over $1 billion? VP Kamala Harris. That's who raised over $1 billion. Yes. I'm going to show y'all this, but I can't play the music. This is from yesterday at the rally. This is her walking onto the stage. That's her, Barack Obama. He greeted her on the stage. He's celebrating her. And that is the crowd out there while she was speaking. I was there. It was live. That's Barack Obama speaking. Obama, Obama, Obama. And that's Tyler Perry, the great Tyler Perry. I worked on one of his sets. That is me. Early bird gets the worm. I got there early. That's why you don't see many people there. Because I got there extremely early because I'm one of the type of people. Early bird gets the worm. My daddy taught me that. Bruce Springsteen. I can't play the music, but he's performing. He was on a harmonica, and he's playing his guitar. This is early because, you know, everybody get there early. It's just getting started, but the crowd is big now. Even though it was early, the crowd is huge. Look at all those people. Donald Trump don't get no crowd like that. He would never, 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 ever, ever, ever get a crowd like that. He can't do it. Nobody does it like VP Kamala Harris. Nobody. Look at the crowd. Look at him. And that's Bruce Springsteen getting down. Yes, it was amazing, y'all. I had an amazing time. It was a time of joy, love, happiness. It's what this country is in need of. We all need to spread love and joy because that's why God put us here. He didn't put us here for no other reason. Oh, I forgot to say this. Always remember to be kind in my chat and respectful. And you must most definitely respect me. Okay? I'm going to respect you and you need to respect me. So in my chat, be kind. Kindness goes a long way. We're going to respect each other. Okay? It was amazing. Oh my God, look at that. It was something, a sight to see. It was beautiful. Let me get back to the program, okay? But I just wanted to show y'all that I had an amazing time at her rally. Oh my God. Let's see. I think this is a video that someone else put out from the rally as well. They attended the rally. I'm going to show y'all. Then we'll get to some other goods, okay? Thank you for coming to my live. I am Queen Lily. You are valued. You are appreciated.
Oh, man. What happened to your crowd? Donald Trump gave this speech in front of a half-full, 70% full crowd in Arizona. I mean, just take a look at it. Almost no one was waiting outside, like waiting to get in, about 70% full inside. And here's what Donald Trump was talking about. Here, just take a listen.
A lot of people coming out of the Congo, not just South America, they're coming from 181 countries as of yesterday. Right, and we're a dumping ground. We're like a garbage can for the world. That's what's happened. That's what's happened to us. We're like a garbage can. You know, it's the first time I've ever said that. And every time I come up and talk about what they've done to our country, I get angrier and angrier. First time I've ever said garbage can, but you know what? It's a very accurate description.
In contrast, Vice President Kamala Harris was in DeKalb County, Georgia, speaking in front of more than 20,000 people. Take a look at this.
And I was there to witness it. Yes.
People are pumped up. Play the clip.
That is beautiful. That is love. That is happiness. That is joy. That is freedom. Freedom. That's here in Atlanta, y'all. I went to it.
Because people don't want to go back. We want to go
Forward.
Take a look at what Donald Trump was talking about in his disastrous speech before your teeny tiny crowd, Donald. He goes, if you say lock him up, that's illegal. Here, play the clip.
Last night he blew it. He said, lock him up. He said lock him up last night. He's not allowed to say that. He's such a stupid guy. Such a stupid fool.
Donald, you're the guy who ran a campaign on lock him up. That was your entire shtick right there. Then Donald Trump gives this incoherent rant about, you gotta tell Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, you gotta get out of your couch. Get your fat ass off your couch, Jimmy. What's this guy even talking about? Here, play the clip.
He doesn't even know what he's watching. Tell him, Jimmy, get up. You're getting up, Jimmy. Let's go. Let's go, Jimmy. I'm not going to use foul language. Get your fat ass out of the couch.
So, you have that. And on the other hand, in front of 20,000 plus people, a stadium that's filled, Vice President Kamala Harris, up there with former President Barack Obama, as the crowd is chanting, yes, we can. Here, play this clip.
And make no mistake, we will win.
We will win.
We will win.
Yes, we will.
Or as a certain former president would say, yes, we can.
Contrast between hope, joy, optimism, compassion, or over here, Donald Trump in Arizona saying that migrants, they have supreme military weapons and they've now occupied Times Square. Here, play the clip.
Threat. But they even are taking over parts of Times Square. They're all over the place now, and they have weapons like very few people have. So
here, Donald Trump claims that Putin invaded Afghanistan. I think he means Ukraine. Play the clip.
In the history of our country, because of that event, Putin went into Afghanistan. Putin went into.
Or here, Donald Trump tries to say Vice President Kamala Harris's name, and he just goes, Kamala Harsh. Here, play this clip.
With your vote this November, we are going to fire Kamala Harris. We're going to fire. Get that. We're going to fire Kamala. We're going to get her out of here.
Folks, Donald Trump is very, very unwell. Contrast that to Vice President Kamala Harris, who's got Donald Trump's number. She's like, he's out there, stewing over his enemies list? She goes, what we need is a to-do list. Here, play this clip.
So, America, there is a huge contrast in this election. Just imagine the Oval Office in 3 months. Picture it in your mind. It is either but there's a choice that everybody has. So let's imagine it for a moment. It's either Donald Trump in there stewing over his enemies list, or me working for you, checking off my to-do list. You have the power to make that decision. It is your power. It is your power. So.
And by the way, Vice President,
you're wasting.
One moment, there's a commercial.
Did you know deodorants don't actually
Y'all,
sweat? Deodorants use fragrance to conceal
the difference between VP Kamala Harris and Donald Trump is Beauty and the Beast. She's the beauty and he's the beast. And I'm going to explain it a little bit more in just a moment.
To-do list right here. Cutting taxes for more than 100 million Americans, strengthening Medicare and protecting Social Security, working with private sector to build 3 million new homes to increase housing supply and bring down costs, pass the bipartisan border security bill to strengthen and secure our border, restore reproductive freedom, legalize recreational marijuana, cap the cost of insulin at $35 per month and prescription drug costs and $2,000 a year for all Americans, protect American for $50,000, give families a $6,000 tax credit during the first year of their child's life, pass the first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging on food and groceries, and more. In other words, actually giving proposals and policies that benefit the American people. Fall is here. The temperatures are dropping, and it's time to start baking delicious homemade favorites.
Okay, we're going to skip that part because we're not here for the cooking. We're here for the VP Kamala Harris.
Liberate this country. There's an invasion, and I'm liberating it. Here, play the clip.
The United States is now an occupied country, but it will soon be an occupied country no longer. We're not going to have this. November 5th, 2024 will be called Liberation Day in America. We're going to be liberated.
Or Donald Trump calling the press the enemy of the people. Play this clip.
It's just bad people. And until we get a fair and free press of this country, they're just bad people. I've been asked to say it. I don't want to say it. Someday they're not going to be the enemy of the people, I hope.
As former President Barack Obama says, though, in politics, one rule that's kind of always been pretty clear is you don't praise Adolf Hitler like Donald Trump did. Here, play this clip.
The other day, General John Kelly, Donald Trump's former chief of staff, said that Trump told him he wanted his generals to be like Hitler's generals. Now, don't move. Oh. Now, I want to explain that in politics, a good rule of thumb is don't say you want to do anything like Hitler. Well, that's just good political advice.
Or here, former President Barack Obama, speaking in Georgia, also said, I gave people relief checks. President Biden gave people relief checks. You know what we didn't have to do? Put our names on it, because it's not about us. It's about the people. Play the clip.
You can't give him credit for that. And then I hear, the other thing I hear, Some folks will be like, well, Donald Trump sent me a check during the pandemic. No, y'all know, because I've heard this. I know some of you heard that. Hey, let me make sure y'all understand this. Just like I get put our name on it, advancing our politics, it was about helping people. That's the difference. Don't be giving me credit for that. Come on. He sent you a check. Do not fall for that oak dope. Don't be bamboozled. Don't get fooled.
Here's one of my favorite moments from Donald Trump's speech where he goes, San Francisco was one of the greatest cities in the world 16 years ago. Play the clip.
San Francisco, one of the greatest cities in the world, 15, 16 years ago. And California, when she was Attorney General, a disaster between her and Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, Donald, guess who was the district attorney of San Francisco 16 years ago? Vice President Kamala Harris was. Also, Donald Trump over here praises Venezuela 15 years ago under Hugo Chavez. Here, play this clip.
An embarrassment. Nobody will even know. It'll happen so fast. It can happen fast. Look at Venezuela. 15 years ago, Venezuela was a thriving, incredible country, and now the people can't get a bottle of water.
One of the things I think it's important to share with you as well, though, when Donald Trump begins his speeches, did you know that Donald Trump doesn't play the national anthem? Did you know Donald Trump plays the January 6th insurrectionist anthem, where they tell people to rise and salute the insurrectionists? Don't believe me? Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the horribly and unfairly treated January 6th hostages.
And here Donald Trump is attacking his former chief of staff, John Kelly, saying John Kelly is a bad guy. Because John Kelly publicly said that Donald Trump loves or admires Hitler and Hitler's generals, and that Trump is a fascist. Here, play them.
I'm a fascist, and everyone knows that's not true. They call me everything until something sticks.
I want to give you a chance to respond to your former chief of staff, John Kelly, directly. He said some things about you, essentially accusing you of disparaging American soldiers in an Atlantic article. When's the last time you talked to him, and how would you like to respond?
Years ago, I fired him. He was a bully, he was a bad guy, and he ended up being a weak guy because all bullies end up being weak. And he wasn't a smart guy. It's a bad combination. But I fired him. He made a statement that I'm like Hitler. Just couldn't be further from the truth. It's just the opposite, actually.
Well, there you have it, folks. Contrast clear? Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the Midas Touch.
Subscribe to Midas Touch Network. They are a great YouTube channel to watch. So make sure you subscribe to them. I love watching their channel, Midas Touch Network. Subscribe to them on YouTube. So we're going to go on to the next thing that has to do with this great election, let's say, Donald Trump, he has children, 5 children by 3 different women. But if that was Kamala Harris having 5 children by 3 different men, y'all will run her into the ground. But look at Donald Trump. Why do y'all not judge Donald Trump, who has 5 children, 3 different women? That's an awful look. That is not presidential at all. So I'm going to show y'all something. Just a moment. I'm going to take a sip of water. Hello to everyone in my chat. Thank you for coming to my live. You are valued. You are appreciated. You all are beautiful kings and queens. I thank you. We're going to let the video open up, then we're going to get straight to it, okay? But it really baffles me that Donald Trump calls someone a bully. Donald Trump is the biggest bully to ever run for president. The biggest bully ever, but a coward at the same time.
In Ohio, a 10-year-old girl.
We'll start as soon as this commercial stops. Be sure to hit the like button, and if you like to donate to my channel, you can. I have you can donate by sending me a super chat, and you can also get a membership. I have 2 different memberships. The Rubies membership, which is $4.99, and the Diamonds membership, which is $9.99. Again, if you like to donate to my channel, you can send me a super chat. Also, if you don't want to send a super chat, there's a on my community wall, you can send me something through PayPal. So we're gonna get on to this video.
Abortion ban. That could happen here.
One moment, please.
That's why we must vote yes on Amendment 4.
Everybody is talking about this innovative.
They got a lot of commercials, but they got to pay the bills, honey. That's how you make the money, commercials. Okay.
James from Cali. What's up, James?
Hey, I've been hearing this. I just wanted to see if you knew for sure. Did 29-year-old Kamala Harris sleep with 60-year-old Willie Brown? And did he start her career?
Why are you coochie faxing a 59-year-old woman? Who did you sleep with 30 years ago? And did they start your career?
Can you fact check that?
No, I asked you a question. Who were you sleeping with 30 years ago? Do you know who you slept with 30 years ago?
Well, I'm not a politician, so I'm not.
No, but you're asking about somebody's coochie. So let's run your dick facts. Who did you sleep with 30 years ago? Why is that since it's your business who she slept with? Then that's
Hold on, I'm gonna move this forward because they talking about something I don't want playing on my channel. Hold on.
In the past 4 years, take advantage. You need it. You got some kind of trauma. Maybe you got mama issues, daddy issues. You know,
they'll get to the part I want you to hear.
You need some coochie issues.
Oh,
whatever
God.
the situation may be, go figure that out and get the fuck off the radio with this bullshit. We sit up here talking about some real
I'm
shit.
sorry for her language.
That's crazy, Clay.
And listen, not that a fact check really matters, but what the hell? I'll just say this. When they allegedly dated, and this is according to Reuters and plenty of sources, Willie Brown and his wife have been separated since 1981. So mind your relationship business. Get out of people's genitals from 3 decades ago. It's 35 years ago, Trump was calling for the execution of 5 black children.
Right.
Like, it's just completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. But it's, again, imagine if Kamala Harris had 5 kids by 3 different men. You got one dude calling in. Right, one dude calling in about a relationship he heard about from 30 years ago, whatever it was, wanting a fact check. And even I gave you the whatever the bullshit of a fact check, but even within that, it's stupid.
No, it's stupid, and it's what people do because they have nothing. They have nothing, and so to call the vice president of the United States a hoe. First of all, she was a hoe. Good for her. Y'all love to slut walk Amber Rose since she's a Republican now. So y'all don't have a problem with sluts. Those are her words, not mine. Y'all don't have a problem with a porn star being paid off by a presidential candidate. So let's not even do the sexual politics, because y'all ain't even got a problem with that if you voting for motherfucking Trump. That's disgusting. And if you have nothing else to base your vote on, get a fucking life. Go get a hobby. Go find some purpose in the world so that you have more in life to base your decisions on. This election is going to be a generational decision, inflection point. If you have nothing of value to offer this world, no purpose whatsoever, then go fix that first. That should be more pressing than who Kamala Harris
was dealing with 30 motherfucking years ago. She got a whole ass husband she's been married to for 10 years now.
Let's do one more call, then we'll head to a break. Maurice from DC. What's up, Maurice?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Hey, it's Warren. How you doing, Clay?
Doing good.
What's going on, Reese? Yeah. Listen, I just had to call in and say thank you, Reese, for that comment. I listen to other shows on the Urban Network, and some people get mad because of the language you use, but I find it so refreshing that you can use that mix of language and still be intellectual. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's not everybody can do it.
But anyway, what I wanted y'all to hear from that was people will forever try to take away VP Kamala Harris' credentials. The lady is very educated. She has been building her foundation brick by brick to be the president of the United States. Donald Trump doesn't have the education that she has. He doesn't have the credentials. He doesn't have the knowledge to even sit in the Oval Office. Only way he got in there in 2016 because he bamboozled y'all by making y'all think he was a real businessman. But to come and find out that he was never a real businessman, because the show Apprentice, his whole life was a lie. The dude had already filed 6 bankruptcies. So how can he be a man of knowledge of business, a man of knowledge to even sit in the White House to be your president? But we have so many people that are racist in America. Half of this country is racist. That's how you get a second Adolf Hitler in the White House. But he would not get in there November 5th. It ain't happening. We see the tables are turning. People's hearts are turning. Republicans voting Democrat. So much is happening in the favor of VP Kamala Harris. Donald Trump will not win because the Republican Party does not like him. They are tired of his rhetoric. They are tired of the Antichrist. They are tired of his behavior of Adolf Hitler. He wants to be Hitler so bad that it's disgusting to the Republican Party. A large vast majority of the Republican Party are voting for who? VP Kamala Harris. That is amazing. That is huge. Even old white men out there rallying for VP Kamala Harris. When I tell you yesterday at the VP Kamala Harris rally, it was just as many white people as Black and Hispanics. It was Asian, Hispanic, every race you can think of was at that rally yesterday. Because America is tired. We do not want another Donald Trump for 4 years. Because Donald Trump planned on getting in there and never getting out. But America, we got a plan for him. Because he would not sit in that Oval Office ever again. We do not need an old senile, crusty, orange-faced white man sitting in the Oval Office. It ain't happening. Because America we want something new and fresh. And I don't want to hear what has she done in the last 4 years. She did her job as vice president. She is not the president, so stop saying why she didn't do this, why she didn't do that. Go ask Joe Biden. He's the president, okay? She does what the vice president does. Can you tell me what Mike Pence did when he was vice president to crusty Donald Trump? Please tell me what he did for the pissy depends Donald Trump. You can't tell me anything because the vice president is only the president over the Senate. And she does her job very well. Now, put in this chat, what is Donald Trump's success? Don't tell me Apprentice, because I can play your video. The man that created Apprentice TV show said it was all a lie. They gave Donald Trump that life. He blew $400 million that his father had given him. He is not a billionaire. That's a lie he made, and he ran with it, and MAGA bought it. Just like they buying those fake Bibles that he has added his name into. And God ain't never been near Donald Trump. Donald Trump have told you to your face he is not a Christian. But Mega is senile just like him. They fall for the banana tailpipe. They howl for Donald Trump's pissy pen smell in his sports that he do at his rallies. That's what's going on. Come out the clouds and smell the roses. Smell life, joy, love, and happiness God has put out in the atmosphere from Queen Kamala Harris. Now, let me get to my next notes. So, good old Trumpy boy, he always want to say he don't know Epstein. He never knew Epstein. That's a lie. That's a lie. Him and Epstein both have a thing for the younger women. As you all know, Donald Trump couldn't be faithful to any of his wives. So what make you think he gonna behave around Epstein, his friend? Donald Trump can't behave. It's not in him. His parents didn't raise him to be an upstanding man, a man of honor and integrity. Donald Trump, integrity don't even want to go near Donald Trump. Integrity runs for him. Nobody want to smell that pissy depends. The same man, when he go to TV shows, they have to put a towel on their white sofa so Donald Trump doesn't soil their sofa. And that's what you voting for. An old, crusty orange face. We're going to play it in just a moment. It's a commercial right now. I'm going to read some of y'all comments. Rob, how you doing, King Rob? King Rob said Harris 2024. That's what it is. All day, every day, 24/7.
Just dropped from the
fair use. Subscribe to Midas Touch Network.
If you will. It involves Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, and young girls. Let's take a look at the story that just dropped. Donald Trump groped me in what felt like a twisted game with Jeffrey Epstein, a former model alleges. Stacey Williams says the ex-president, whose spokesperson denied the allegations, touched her in an unwanted sexual way in 1993 after Epstein introduced them. The article talks about how Epstein connected them, and then Stacey Williams alleges Donald Trump molested her. Let's go on and read what this article is about. It's written by Stephanie Kreskesner and Lucy Osborne, a former model who says she met Donald Trump through the late sexual abuser Jeffrey Epstein, who, by the way, Donald Trump said he was a great guy. Donald Trump says he likes girls on the younger side. Donald Trump is all over his call log. Donald Trump is all over his flight log, you know, from our prior reporting. Let's keep on reading. So Epstein, who was involved in all of this, she says that she was put in this twisted game involving Epstein and Donald Trump. Williams worked as a professional model in the 1990s, said she first met Trump in 1992 at a Christmas party after being introduced to him by Epstein, who she believed was a good friend of the then New York real estate developer. Williams said that Epstein was interested in her, and the two casually dated for a period of a few months. It became very clear then that he and Donald were really, really good friends and spent a lot of time together, Williams said. The alleged groping occurred some months later in the late winter or early spring of 1993, when Epstein suggested during a walk they were on that he and Williams stop by to visit Trump at Trump Tower. Epstein was later convicted of sex offenses and killed himself in prison in 2019. Also, Donald Trump wished Epstein's sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell well during her trafficking trial. Donald Trump was asked about her. He said, "I wish her well." That's who trafficked for Epstein, and she also introduced girls to Donald Trump. We'll talk about that as well. Moments after they arrived at Trump Tower, she alleges Trump greeted Williams, pulled her toward him, and started groping her. She said he put his hands all over my breast, as well as her waist and her buttocks. She said she froze because she was deeply confused about what was happening. At the same time, she said she believed she saw the two men smiling at each other. Caroline Levitt, the press secretary for Donald Trump's campaign, provided a statement denying the allegations, which said in part, These accusations made by a former activist for Barack was contrived by the Harris campaign. In other words, Donald Trump and his campaign are victim shaming and blaming the victim right now, but we've got other receipts, folks. Williams says that Trump sent her agent a postcard via courier later in 1993, an aerial view of Mar-a-Lago, his Palm Beach residence and resort. She shared it with The Guardian. Take a look at some of the receipts right here. Donald Trump sending her all of this stuff. Clearly, that's Donald Trump's handwriting, and it says, "Stacy, you're home away from home." So after groping her and molesting her, Donald Trump then sent this postcard saying, "You're home away from home. Love, Donald." Williams, who is 56 and a native of Pennsylvania, shared parts of her allegation on social media posts in the past, but revealed details about the alleged encounter on a call on Monday, organized by a group called Survivors for Kamala, which supports Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris. The Zoom call featured actress Ashley Judd, law professor and academic Anita Hill, among others. Survivors for Kamala also took out an ad in the New York Times this week, signed by 200 survivors of sexual and gender violence, which was meant to serve as a reminder that Trump has been found liable for sexual abuse in court. So Trump has been adjudicated to have sexually abused a woman. After the
Trump is already a convicted AS abuser. Nothing surprises me. In his sick mind, he found it okay to grab women by their vajayjay. He's sick in the head.
Left Trump Tower, and that she began to feel Epstein growing angry at her. Quote, "Jeffrey and I left, and he didn't look at me or speak to me, and I felt this seething rage around me. When we got down to the sidewalk, he looked at me and just berated me and said, 'Why did you do that?' She said on the Zoom call. He made me feel so disgusted, and I remember being so utterly confused," she said. She described how the alleged incident with Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were part of a twisted game the two men were playing on her. "I felt shame and disgust, and as we went our separate ways, I felt this sensation of revisiting it, while the hands of Donald Trump were all over me, and I had this horrible pit in my stomach, and it was somehow orchestrated. I felt like a piece of meat," she said in an interview with The Guardian. She and Epstein parted ways soon after. Williams said she never had any knowledge of his pattern of sexual abuse, which would later become known. Epstein is now considered one of the worst and most prolific pedophiles in modern history. The allegation of groping and unwanted sexual touching follows a well-documented pattern of behavior by Donald Trump. About 24 women have accused Donald Trump, who's also a convicted felon, of sexual misconduct dating back decades. The allegations have included claims of Trump kissing them without their consent, reaching under their skirts, and in the case of some beauty pageant contestants, walking in on them in the changing room. A former model named Amy Doris shared similar allegations about Trump to what Williams described in an interview with The Guardian in 2020. Trump denied ever having harassed, abused, or behaved improperly towards Doris. Last year, a jury found Donald Trump liable of sexual abuse, and it goes on to say Williams' allegations raise new questions about Trump's relationship with Epstein. No evidence has surfaced that Trump was aware or involved in Epstein's misconduct, this article says. Although Donald Trump did say to New York Magazine in 2002, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. He's a terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with." And it's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them on the younger side. And there's all of these photos of them taken together.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Halloween lets us have fun.
Ben made his point. Everything Ben said in his video, I agree with him about Donald Trump. And I'm going to leave it as that. We're going to go to the next note. So in this next video, VP Kamala Harris describes Donald Trump, and she is spot on when it comes to Donald Trump. When people are talking about Donald Trump, they're telling the truth. They're not lying about Donald Trump. They're not lying about his 34 felonies. They're not lying about his 6 bankruptcies. They're not lying about him cheating on his wives. They're not lying about him cheating on Melania while she was pregnant with the PORN star. They're not lying about he's not bright. They're not lying about his rallies. His rallies can't even compete with VP Kamala Harris rallies. He don't have that many people there. He try to make it look like there's a lot of people there when it's not. They're not lying about his hairpiece. They're not lying about his makeup on his face. They're not lying about he smells. They're not lying about the Depends. They're not lying about he's the worst president ever. They're not lying about his behavior trying to be Hitler. Whatever she says, she's spot on. I believe in anything somebody say about Donald Trump, his behavior, he has no integrity. Is more than likely true.
Quoted General Milley calling Donald Trump a fascist. You yourself have not used that word to describe him. Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I also believe that the people who know him best on this subject should be trusted. Again, look at their careers. These are not people, with the exception, I think, of only Mike Pence. These were not politicians. These are career people who have served in the highest roles in national security, who have served as generals in our military, who are highly respected. Talking about the person who would be commander-in-chief, not to mention what we know and what they've told us about how he talks about the military.
You've quoted General Milley calling Donald Trump a fascist. You yourself have not.
She knows what she's talking about. She's been in politics and for the people all of her career. The only career she has had is working for the people. She's not in it to sell y'all some Bibles. It has been changed up and Donald Trump's name stamped on it. That he paid $3 to get printed and selling them for $60. She's not into selling y'all a $100,000 watch, which is not worth $100,000. She's not in it to make money off of this country. Who is? Donald Trump is in it to make money off of this country. I'm going to show y'all Kamala Harris town hall meeting with Anderson Cooper and more of Donald Trump. When the commercial go off, we'll watch the video.
I saw this video by this famous heart surgeon saying how incredible olive oil is for you. So I just heard. Bye-bye. There they go. Donald Trump giving a disastrous speech in Duluth, Georgia. You see the people there walking out once again in the middle of his speech because he wasn't even talking
hold
about
on, y'all. Sorry about that.
issues again. Here he is saying how cognitively imbalanced or balanced he thinks he is. Here, play this clip.
So I take the phone and put it down. The sad part is I never picked it up. I forgot. They'll say, he's cognitively imbalanced. He didn't pick up. These people, are they the worst?
And then here he gets distracted mid-speech, and then he goes, ooh, look at my hair. Here, play this clip.
There it is. I was looking at me. I started looking at me, and I'm looking. I do not like to wear. I don't like my hair tonight.
This is what
dude is weird. Trump is weird.
Put together sentences, yet alone articulate policies. He says we need to go back to 1798. He says that's when the laws were really effective, everybody. 1798. Let's not go forward, go back to 1798. Play the clip.
Think of that. We had to go back to 1798. That's when we had laws that were effective. 1798 we had to go back to.
Then he talks about wanting to record all of his phone calls with people that he muses. But that's what Richard Nixon did. Here, play the clip.
Every time I think about I want to tape every conversation. The problem is then I start thinking about Richard Nixon did that. I say, let's do without the tape.
Then in another sign of projection and confession, he's like, they keep calling me weird. And you know who's a real sicko, though? Tim Walz is a real sicko. They keep calling us weird. Here, play the clip.
And you can't even say, well, let's go to the vice president because he is really a sicko, right? Remember we called J.D. Vance and I weird? We're not weird. We're very solid people. He's a weird dude, that guy. He's always pumping his heart. like he's got.
Donald Trump then says that he will make America energy dependent again. Says he will make us energy dependent. I guess he is speaking the truth there. Play this clip.
Terminated so fast. Alaska. But we will quickly become energy dependent again. We weren't energy.
Because it should be noted that now under the Biden-Harris administration, America is energy independent for the first time, something that Donald Trump didn't achieve. And here Donald Trump just juvenile insult saying that Vice President Kamala Harris is low IQ. Play this clip.
Dude, nobody knows who the hell Harris is. It's the weirdest thing, isn't it? So you have to say Kamala. Under Kamala and her economy, millions of Americans, she has no idea about an economy. She's not a smart person. She's a low IQ individual.
I'm glad he said that, because you know what I'm about to do to shut down y'all with y'all lies and Donald Trump lies? I'm about to read off who VP Kamala Harris is. Don't play with her name. The lady is smart, educated, highly educated. Is Donald Trump and Melania educated? Where? Where's his doctrine? Where's his resume to compete with VP Kamala Harris? He can't sit near her. He can't even stand beside her because he's beneath her. I tell you what, when he has been married only one time, a long time, and hadn't cheated, then y'all come to me with something. Because Donald Trump been married 3 times and cheated on every one of his wives. VP Kamala Harris has been married to her husband 10 years, happily married. You don't have that with Donald Trump. He ain't happily married. He got a stick and move everywhere. Just a nasty old man. That's who Donald Trump is. A nasty old man. Stick it and move it. And I wish y'all get him some better makeup. Tell him stop wearing black people's makeup because he look like a fool. Just look at your savior. Why does he have on that dark-skinned woman's makeup? That's a black lady makeup. He look like a fool. Before you send Grandpa out the house again like this mega, get him some better makeup. He's an old sweet thing running around here wearing women's makeup. Whoa, whoa, sweet thing. Look at him, a fool. Donald Trump is a big, fat fool. Y'all love to run your mouth about VP Kamala Harris, but let me ask you this. Do Donald Trump have this kind of resume? He can't compete with her. He doesn't have the resume that she has. He's fool's gold. That's who Donald Trump is. Fool's gold. One moment, please. Give me just a moment. And I'm going to run her resume to y'all right quick. Because y'all love to come on here and talk about her real bad. Like she's not qualified. When she's highly qualified. Highly qualified. Just a moment. I got to wait to open up. She graduated from Howard University. She went to California Hastings College of Law. Did Donald Trump go to school for law? No. And she passed her bar the first time, which y'all sit around and lie and say she never passed her bar. That is a flat out lie. Y'all believe everything crusty old Donald Trump tell y'all. She has been in the United States Senate. She has a doctrine. The list can go on and on and on with VP Kamala Harris. And yes, she did grow up in Oakland, California. For some reason, Donald Trump said that's not true. That is very true. She grew up in Oakland, California. She is, both her parents were immigrants, a Jamaican black father and an Indian mom. Again, since y'all want to take away her black card, if you're not black, do not try to take away anybody's black card. You can't even understand black. So don't go there. Her dad was a black Jamaican. Her mother was Indian. She's half black and half Indian. I don't know why y'all sit around in your pissy depends and want to take her black card when you know nothing about this woman. And if you're not black, you shouldn't even speak on what her race is. One moment, please. Just a moment. Again, this is her father, because I have seen in the chat, people keep saying her father was not black. That's a black man. That is a black man. Ain't nothing Irish about this man at all. Show me an Irish man. Where is he Irish? Where is he Irish? Where is this man Irish? If you're not black, you shouldn't speak on the black race when it comes to their race. You know nothing about it. Nothing about it. Because I keep seeing stupid stuff in the chat. And as I said, I compare VP Kamala Harris, Beauty and the Beast. She's the beauty and Donald Trump is the ugly beast. Look at him. He is an ugly beast. She's the beauty and he's the beast. Where's JD Vance? Where has he been lately? He's been awfully quiet, MAGA. Did Donald Trump tell him to shut his mouth? Where is your vice president? Where's the couch hunting man? Where has he been hiding, MAGA? So I have another video I'm about to show you guys. It's more of the town hall with VP Kamala Harris. She did a town hall. And I think she did very well. She did. I really enjoy when she gets out and do her interviews. Donald Trump doesn't do well in his interviews. He never answers the questions. He make up stuff in his interviews. It doesn't make any sense.
Like semaglutide are so effective that the American.
Hey y'all, it's Tim Miller from the board. Kamala Harris just finished a CNN town hall that Donald Trump chickened out from. And I wanted to highlight two questions that I think are super relevant as we head to the final 12 days of the campaign. The first one is her second time, but her first kind of extended political response to the revelations from John Kelly. How she talks about how this is a 911 call from John Kelly to America. Let's watch.
For weeks, you have been calling Donald Trump unstable, unhinged. You call him dangerous. You quoted General Milley recently, who called him a fascist. Today, you quoted General Kelly, who said that Trump repeatedly praised Hitler. Yeah. But
what happened? Hold on. Hold on just a moment.
Hey, y'all, it's Tim Miller from the board. Kamala Harris.
Things, and they don't buy it, or even if they do, they're still going to vote for Donald Trump. He's arguably more popular now than ever. You have 13 days to go. What do you say to those voters to convince them? Because some of them are in this room.
Sure, and I thank you all for taking the time to be here. And you could be doing a number of other things with your time. So this really is proof that we love our country. People are engaged, Anderson, and really want to talk about the issues. And so the issue that you raise, yes, I do believe that Donald Trump is unstable, increasingly unstable, and unfit to serve. And I don't necessarily think that everyone has heard what you and I have heard repeatedly, which is the people who know Donald Trump best, the people who worked with him in the White House, in the Situation Room, in the Oval Office, all Republicans, by the way, who served in his administration, his former chief of staff, his national security advisor, former secretaries of defense, and his vice president have all called him unfit and dangerous. They have said explicitly he has contempt for the Constitution of the United States. They have said he should never again serve as president of the United States. We know that is why Mike Pence is not running with him again, why the job was empty. And then today we learned that John Kelly, a 4-star Marine general, who was his longest serving chief of staff, gave an interview recently in the last 2 weeks of this election talking about how dangerous Donald Trump is. And I think one has to think about, why would someone who served with him, who is not political, a 4-star Marine general, why is he telling the American people now? And frankly, I think of it as he's just putting out a 911 call to the American people. Understand what could happen if Donald Trump were back in the White House. And this time, we must take very seriously those folks who knew him best and who were career people are not going to be there to hold him back. At least before, there were folks who we know what he would say, but they would restrain him. Imagine now Donald Trump in the Oval Office, in the Situation Room. He who has openly admired dictators, said he would be a dictator on day one. The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has said he is a fascist to the core. So I think that when the American people reflect, especially those who are undecided, on who you should listen to, don't take my word for it. In fact, go online and listen to John Kelly, his voice, talking about what he thinks of Donald Trump 2 weeks before the election. Because I think we all know, to your point, Anderson, it is close, but there are undecided voters who clearly, by being here, have an open mind, want to talk in a way that is grounded in issues and fact. And when they hear these facts, I think it compels a lot of people to be concerned about the future of our country with Donald Trump.
A couple things I like about this answer. Number one, she offered a little fact there that even I guess I knew, but I hadn't really thought of. That John Kelly was his longest running chief of staff. I just think that's an important little note, right? It's not like this is some random staffer. And it wasn't even like a random chief of staff. Donald Trump hires a lot of people, right? It was his longest running chief of staff. I like that.
I'm gonna make this point right quick. MAGA, do you not know from the 165-page document released by Jack Smith, the people that are testifying against Donald Trump was his own cabinet? One, his VP is testifying against him. Everybody can't be lying on your candidate. Everybody's opinion about your candidate just can't be fake. It can't be. Donald Trump is a horrible candidate. He is a horrible man. He is a horrible husband. He is known as the worst president ever. He is a horrible candidate that's running in 2024. He is a man with 34 felonies. He is a man that filed bankruptcy 6 times. He is a man that has no dignity. Nothing is good in this man. His own wife can't stand him, so that tells you a lot. She won't even allow him to touch her. At that dinner last week, she left him by himself. She doesn't want to be with him. That should tell you a lot about Donald Trump. And it's sad and bad enough when he does his rallies. His grammar is horrible. He talks about nonsense. So what are y'all learning at your rallies? Because when you go to a VP Kamala Harris rally, you're getting knowledge. You're getting well fed, like you're sitting in the church getting fed the word of God. You walk out of there inspired. You don't be beat down from an old man and all his horrible misery talk. When you leave a VP Kamala Harris rally, you're excited. You feel like you can conquer the world. But Donald Trump is up there at his rallies talk about how bad our country is. How can you feel inspired when you're getting beat down by the Antichrist? You can't be inspired by Donald Trump. Nothing about him is inspirational. But what it tells me, people, if they like Donald Trump, they are Donald Trump. You are exactly who he is, the scum of the earth. Kamala Harris represents joy, happiness, and love. And everybody walk out in joy, happiness, and love. Nobody's walking out talking about they don't like this country. They don't like the Mexicans. They don't like the blacks. Nobody's talking like that. Every race at VP Kamala Harris rallies care about each other. They want what's best for this country. We don't even look at each other and say, you white, you black, I don't like your color, I don't like your race, you're bringing the worst over here. No. People come to this country for a better life. The same way the white race came here years ago and stole from the natives. You came to this country for a better life, but you stole a whole country. And a lot of the states belong to Mexico, and that was stolen. So when you're telling Mexicans to get out, you sound foolish. Do your research. Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California, and the list could go on, belongs to Mexico originally. So when you're telling them to leave and get out and they don't belong here, you sound like a fool. Learn something. Do your research. Why can't it only be the white people come to this country and have a good life? Why? Because you came and stole the whole country? This country is not just about white people. Donald Trump only wants the country to be for the whites. He doesn't want it to be good for anybody else. He doesn't even care about his voters. But y'all so simple-minded, and you high off his pissy opinions, you believe everything the sick man says. Donald Trump is old and mentally ill. He's falling into dementia every day. His brain does not even function properly. He gets up there and can't give you any policies because he can't hold a thought long enough, because he's 78 years old and pooping and urinating on himself. He's a papa. He should be at home playing with the grandbabies, but no, he wants to be president, not because he cares about the American people, to stay out of prison. I find it so sad that these people really follow behind Donald Trump with his nonsense. This ain't his country. It's our country. And how you gonna throw legal Haitians out of here? Be sure to vote. Vote. Your vote counts. Vote. I early voted because I know how much my vote counts. I'm not a felon, so I could get out and vote. Donald Trump has 34 felonies. I voted for the best fit candidates. And who that is? Harris and Walz, 2024. They're the best candidates for this country. They both have the credentials. They both understand what this country means, what this country needs, what this country means to Americans, not just white folks, not just black folks. No, everybody. And Tyler Perry made a very, very important, he sent a very important message yesterday. He talked about his grandmother had this quilt, and it is made from different patches of fabric. And he said that's what the United States is, different patches of fabric. But Donald Trump don't want this country to be a quilt. He wanted to be a white sheet. But America is not a white sheet because it's made of different fabrics. And what I don't like about y'all in my chat, MAGA, you can't own up to you racist. Y'all love to get in this chat and call everybody else racist, except the fact remains. You are who you vote for. MAGA, you are racist. Stop fronting. You don't like blacks. You don't like browns. But what we do in the Kamala Harris camp, we love everybody. Black, Asian, Hispanic, white, Mexicans, which is in this Hispanic category. It doesn't matter. And at the VP Kamala Harris rally yesterday, everybody celebrated together. When I got my signs yesterday, I wanted to make sure the white lady sitting beside me got her signs, because I don't give a damn that she's white. I care about she's a human being. But MAGA not going to do that for a black and brown person. You don't like black and brown people. Say it in my chat and own it. Stand by it. Stand in it. You don't like black and brown people. You are Donald Trump. You are a terrorist just like Donald Trump to this country. You do not like this country because you don't like everybody in it. So how can you say you're American when American, the USA is of different pieces to the quilt? It just can't be a white sheet. America is pieces of different pieces of fabric that made the quilt. I'm excited about this election because I know who would be president then on November 5th. We will have our new president, VP Kamala Harris, President Kamala Harris. Tim Walz, our vice president. Yes. Yes. Get out there and vote. Your vote counts. It doesn't matter who your candidate is. I voted for VP Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Yes, I did. Your vote counts. Get out there and vote. I voted for these two people, Harris and Walz, because they're going to get the job done and bring us together more. They will not be dividing us. They are not like Donald Trump, believing division in this country. I thank each and every last one of y'all for coming to my live. Get out and vote. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.